Some new tech for the ski slopes. Welcome back to Techstsination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from CES is the co-founder and CEO of Outdoor Swiss, Nicola Colombo.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Great to see you. And you're showing a product that you're calling E-SKIMO or E-SKIMO. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Tell me about it.
Yes, it's actually E-SKIMO, stands for Electric Ski Mountaineering.
Well, you're holding it in your hand for those of you who are watching here. So give us an overview. First of all, a little background about the company and what it is that you're doing.
Yes, we are actually a Swiss-based startup. We are located in a town called San Bernardino, not in California, but in Switzerland. And 3 years ago, we embarked into this innovation to create basically the first electrically assisted ski. Following the path of the e-bikes, we wanted to bring a technology that can help the skiers going uphill during the ski mountaineering or ski touring. So what the product does, it provides assistance through this traction belt. It provides assistance to go uphill. And this is actually a motor, an electric motor. On the top, you have a battery, and it's actually rotating through the motor. It's actuated automatically with sensors and an IMU platform that detect and sense the movement. And every time you do a step forward, this is actually activated and helps you move ahead. When you get on the top of the slope, in 30 seconds, you basically remove the battery, the motor, and the belt, and you have the ski configured for downhill. You put everything in the backpack. Now my backpack is empty because everything is set up for the uphill, and you can descend with no compromise. So the ski for the descent, it's a ski that you can use exactly as a traditional ski. So you have the assistance on the uphill, but then no compromise for the descent because everything goes in your backpack. It's not that heavy, and you can then ski for your downhill experience.
Amazing. So the skis are specially designed for this to fit on them then.
Absolutely. The ski has basically as the main difference comparing to a traditional ski. You see here there is a little hole, which is where the belt goes through. When we remove the belt basically has a fast connector that is required to remove the belt, and then there is a sliding cover that basically cover the hole, and then the surface become even, and you actually, as I said before, you have the exact same performance as a downhill ski.
Tell me about how this came about.
Well, the story it's pretty simple. I went up. I myself like to do ski touring. I went up one day for a nice tour, and I invited some friends, actually some of my e-bike friends. They said, "Let's go try for ski touring." After half an hour, they said, "Hey, come on! I want to take the cable car. It's too demanding physically to go uphill." And I was like, "Come on, come with me, because when you reach the top, it's so you get so much joy when you reach the top, and then you can enjoy the descent." But that, at the end of the day, then this triggered me an idea, and I said, why not bringing some kind of support for the people that cannot practice ski touring, several days per week and maintain the fitness level to do a lot of this uphill effort. So from that idea, I actually drafted the first patent, and then we incorporated the startup, and we've been on the slopes night and day for the last couple of years to bring this product from a prototype concept to a pre-production level where it is now. The technical challenges are quite significant because you are bringing a technology on a very extreme environment, the cold, the ice, the water. So there's a lot of challenges from that respect. And now we have a very stable and very ready to scale up product. But
so you mentioned some of those challenges, and obviously batteries don't like the cold, motors don't like the water. And so tell me how you were able to overcome all of these challenges.
Yeah, that's what we did. It's we use a quite intense discharge frequency, but the actuation of the motor, it's only for a few seconds, right? Because you do one step and then the other ski switch on. So with this constant actuation of the motor, the battery basically generates as well some heat, so that makes them working on an optimal environment. Same for the motor. Actually, on the motor itself, we even have the opposite product of overheating in certain very steep descent. So the thermal management is not only on the extreme cold, but is also on the extreme hot, because power units can generate a lot of heat when they are under stress. So we basically optimize and finding the compromise to reuse the heat, not to dissipate the heat too much, the one produced by using it, but at the same time also providing the batteries an environment and a cover that protect from the extreme icing conditions.
Well, you mentioned you've been out there testing this, improving it for the last couple of years. So, what can you tell us about what the user experience will be like? How much usage they can get out of it in a typical day?
Our user, our, let's say, target consumer, it's skiers who likes to try the ski touring, but they are not ready to do, let's say, 3,000 feet uphill, because it's at the beginning. So they want to experience a safe environment to do ski touring, maybe on a market trail. And with this device, compared to a traditional ski touring, you can do up to 4 times more the vertical speed per hour. So that basically give you with enough range to reach a good summit and enjoy a very good descent of 2,000-3,000 feet descent, and then eventually have enough battery to do a second lap and do your second ride of the day.
Interesting. There might be people who would be inclined to say, "Hey, can I use those just to kind of cross-country ski?" But even though they're not cross-country skis, but could it be used that way?
Yeah, that's on the flat. It's also working it gives you much more performances and speed. But obviously, if you only go on the flat, then you don't have the enjoyment of the descent. But definitely, the system works very well also on a kind of flattish surface, flattish terrain.
Interesting. So there are a lot of variables involved, how steep a hill or mountain would be, and the weight of the skier. All of that would come into play, I guess, with
Absolutely. The technology, the algorithm that we have, and all the sensors, they actually detect the length of the step. Obviously, before starting in the up, you can set up the height and the weight of the skier. But then there is a calibration in the first steps. The system learn how the skier moves, how long are the steps, and also learn from the terrain what is the slip factor, and basically deliver torque based on the slip factor. So there is a continuous calculation that determine what is the slip factor to provide the smoothest possible traction when you go uphill, based on steepness, based on traction. So because there's no conditions can vary a lot. Even within the same tour, you can encounter fresh powder, you can encounter icy conditions. So all of those. That's why a lot of data has been produced to optimize our algo. And the more we will the more devices will be on the use, the more fine-tuned it will be.
just terrific. So people seeing this are going to wonder, okay, so when can I buy that, and about how much might it cost? What can you tell us?
Yes, that's, I mean, our company, we are a producer of all the hardware that goes on the ski. The current ski has been produced together with our technical partner, which is Blizzard Nordica. It's a leading ski manufacturer. Our goal is to be a business-to-business company. We sell it to the brand. We now already have quite a few brands interested in considering go-to-market with a E-SKIMO powered ski with their own brand. The target will be to have those on retails from the next winter season, which is end of 25. Price wise, as opposed to a standard ski, we did probably add on top of that about 1,000 to 1,500 US dollar on top. Depending on the version of the battery, we have two battery capacity, small and let's say extended, and there will be a few variation on that. But the ultimate price will be defined by the ski brand itself.
And how much weight is going to be in that backpack? Because you're just going to be disconnecting two of the motors and
Yeah,
two of the batteries.
Our target is to be a bit over than 3 kilos, so 6 pounds about, that will go on your backpack.
That's not too bad at all, is it?
Oh, I mean, for an adult, it's not too bad. Of course, maybe for a child, for a teenager, it might be, a bit of weight, but we are also confident that as the product evolves, we'll be able also to create even lighter version as well.
Very interesting.
Also linked to the energy, Now the biggest part of the weight is on the energy storage. So as the chemistry of the batteries evolve, we will be able to provide same energy for a fraction of the volume and the weight.
And how long would a recharge take?
It depends which charger you use. If you use a fast charge, it will be about an hour. So if you use maybe a standard charger of 2 amperes, it might be up to 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But normally what we want to achieve is that we give you enough power for your day out, which is about 3 hours of range. Then you easily and comfortably charge it back at home. When you get home, you charge it overnight, and then you're ready to go. There will be also a different use case for rentals that may actually use it more intensively. They can rent it out maybe for the entire day. And in that case, every time they receive back the ski after the rental, each rental session, they can swap the batteries and give a fully charged battery back to the renter.
So the battery can be swapped out, and if somebody wanted to, I suppose they could carry an extra battery in the backpack.
Absolutely. One of the model is that we have also a slimmer battery, so it's half the way. In this way, maybe the user, whenever they do a short tour of 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, they just carry one. But then let's say on Sunday you have the full day, you carry the extra battery, and you can do a longer ride.
And one of these days there'll be a solar version too, where you got a solar panel on your backpack.
There might be, yeah, a bit of energy also from there, or even on the ski.
Just terrific. For more info, where can people go?
We have a website which is e-skimo.swiss. You can also follow on our social on Instagram, e-skimo. It's our Instagram page. So users can follow us, especially if they visit our website. They can register. We are gonna have already in this season. We are gonna run some test days. Majority will be in Europe, where people who has registered, they can come over and test it on their own for free. So we start engage with the end consumers. We are also planning to come over to Utah end of March. So there might be also something for North America as well.
Oh, very exciting. End of March in Utah.
Yeah.
Terrific. So for more info, once again, it's is it hyphen?
E-skimo.swiss.
E-skimo, SKIMO.Swiss. Nicola Colombo, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting me.